What's up, guys? So it's Friday, and I figured tonight, why not answer the question, does size really matter? What's up, YouTube? It's Baker. Welcome back to Blue Line Morphs. New to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, comment down below. Check me out on Instagram, blue_line_morphs, and on Facebook, Blue Line Morphs. First and foremost, guys, I apologize for not posting on Wednesday. This week I had 3 or 4 tour changes, a couple search warrants. Kind of got a little overwhelmed. Kind of didn't prepare. I had a lot of other stuff to do in my personal life. So I wanted to go live, but I also wanted to sleep and not stay up for 3 days. So I apologize. I do try to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. But that being said, shit happens. Okay? So throughout the week, guys, hope you guys are having a good week. I have my second litter down here of the ASF, so they're doing really well, obviously. Their eyes are just starting to open up, so I'm going to give them another couple of days, then I'm going to wean them off of it. Check out my Instagram. I posted a picture of them. Have the second litter down, so really excited about that. I have to probably build a rat rack for them because they're getting a little big. The male, regular Norwegian rat that I held back from Claire, Medusa's Lair, if you need rats, check her out. He's getting real big, so I'm probably going to pick up a female for him. Just give that a shot also. So we're over here breeding rats now. We're doing okay. Everything else is going really well, guys. The one hatchling that I sold off to Mikey over there, he's doing really well. He ate right away in his new environment, so I'm really happy about that. He had 3 or 4 meals before I did sell him over there. There's still some concerns. I know more experienced breeders and real breeders, if you will, they always have some sort of hesitation or some scare that maybe something might happen to the snake when you do sell it, or maybe too early, so forth and so on. But we're doing okay. Let's get right into the video. So I did a video like this months ago, just talking about overall size of ball pythons and the various stages of growth and stuff like that. So today I kind of want to not redo that, but I've been getting these questions a lot lately. If you feed a snake the way I said I feed my snakes in the feed video, how quickly do they grow? What happens when they come off of food? So I'm going to show you a couple examples of a snake that's a year old and weighs 300 grams, and then a snake that's a year old and weighs 900 grams, then one that's a year old and weighs 1,400 grams. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you the size difference of a 3,500 gram snake all the way down to the hatchlings now. When I made that other video, I didn't have hatchlings. I kind of showed off a couple of my snakes. They all were relatively the same size, right? They're all 800, 900 grams. So I really didn't get to show the differences between them. So let's get right into this. I guess I'm going to kind of wing this today, guys. Normally I plan out my videos a little bit, but I'm just going to wing this. So this is one of my female. I'm probably going to hold this one back, even though it's just a normal het pied. She's doing phenomenally. She's had 4 meals already. It looks like she's going in the shed again. But here she is. Okay, she's weighing in right now, guys. Let's do it like she's trying to bite me. I don't know why all my snakes try to bite me. It is what it is. But I'd rather you try to bite me and be alive. So she's weighing in 85 grams, guys. She's 4 meals deep. Why? Just why? Fair enough. So she's 4 meals deep. She's 85 grams. So if you're looking at this video and you're like, oh, I want to get into ball pythons. I want to buy one for my girlfriend, boyfriend, or my kid, or whatever the case may be. First and foremost, that doesn't hurt if she does tag me, but she's in shed. As you can see, it'll be her second shed. So that's why she's probably a little iffy with me right now. She can't really see what the hell's going on. She's going to eat, hopefully, this weekend. She's 85 grams. This is what you're going to buy your ball python at, okay? 85 grams, 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old at the most, guys, right? Not that old. We all remember that disaster clutch when I cut it. Here is an 85 gram hatchling. I'm going to show you the high end real quick. So this is Big Mama. This is skinny Big Mama. Before she had her first clutch, she was at 4,100 grams, and then she dropped down to about 3,900, then had her first clutch, then was at like 2,600 grams, and now she's back. Look how disgusting the water bowl is. 2 days. Anyway, now she's back up to about 3,500 grams. So if you're looking to buy ball pythons, guys, here is your hatchling versus, hold on for the thumbnail. So here is your hatchling, 85 grams, to a big female. She's only 3,500 grams. Not only 3,500 grams is pretty big, but here's a 3,500 gram female ball python. So if you're looking to get into ball pythons, you want to buy one, this is what you can expect out of a female after 3 or 4 years of growing. So just to show you again, what you're buying in the pet store, what you're going to get. Okay? All right, we get it? So just be aware of that. If you're looking to buy ball pythons, this is what it's going to... No, don't bite your mother. This is what it's going to turn into, all right, guys? That's the difference. Let me put these guys away, and we'll get into yearlings. All right. So this is my feed schedule. If you didn't want... No, honey. Oh. Live action, guys. Give me 1 second. So if you didn't watch my feed video, I feed all my older snakes once a week, a decent sized meal. I try to fit in maybe a smaller meal if they didn't get one. So in other words, if on the weekend, if my 1,500 gram female got a medium rat, she's good to go for 7 to 10 days. However, if she only took, maybe we only had weanlings, or maybe I had a couple leftover smalls, and she got a small, then I'd feed her again later on. But when it comes to my new ball pythons, in other words, the snakes that I get, you know, from a breeder or I pick up, and they're small, they're under 100 grams or 120 grams, I feed them once every 5 to 6 days. And the rate of growth has been really, really good. And I'm going to show you something. Now, this is my clown female Harlem. When I got her, she was only about 54 grams, okay? She was 54 grams. The guy said she had a few meals in her, which was total bullshit. So that was when Rob was still living here. So I want to say it was beginning of June. No, end of March, okay? So the end of March, she was 54 grams. Now we're at the end of August, talking 4 or 5 months, and now she's weighing in at 420 grams, okay? She's getting one meal every 5 days, okay? So she's getting 5 to 6 meals per month, and we're at 420 grams, and she's only 5 months old. So here we go. If you feed them correctly, you feed them good. She's not overweight. She's looking good, okay? 420 grams in 5 months. Let me show you something else. That's a good eater. That's an exceptional eater. Let me show you a snake that's about to hit a snake that's about to hit a year old. This girl right here will hit a year old in September, and she's weighing in at 315 grams. That was the clown, obviously. This is the Orange Dream, Orange Dream Yellow Belly Pastel Spider, 100% het puzzle girl. She's going to be a year old. She's at 320 grams. I feed her as much as I always put a pup in there twice a week. Sometimes she takes it, sometimes she doesn't. So if you're preparing to breed, be aware that you might have an absolute savage like the clown that's going to be probably 1,500 grams in 18 months. I want to breed her 18 months, but she'll be up to size. Then you have this snake. I spent $2,500 on this girl. I would like to have bred her, next season, the season after that, but she's not a good eater. So here you go. 5 months old. Ready? 5 months old. Why? 5 months old. A fantastic eater. A year old. Terrible eater. See the difference, guys? 420 grams, about 315 grams. So that's why I try to keep them on a good schedule like that to put on that size. So there's a difference of 5 months and a year old. So take a look at her. She's a year old, 320 grams. Let me show you my first ever actual morph ball python. This is my lesser pastel, 100% het pied female. When I got her, she was 120 grams. No, she's about 90 grams. And that was last July. So she's probably a little bit over a year old. And she's weighing in at, let's see what she is. Come on, scale. Well, now it'll break on me. She's at 1,050 grams. Now, check this out. Now we're going to segue into this. So she is a year old. This snake is a year old. Okay? This snake is a year old. This girl's 2 months older, actually. So this snake will be a year old September. This snake was a year old last month. And she's 700 grams heavier than that girl. Okay? Now, the good thing about her is she's been a steady eater, but she has come off food relax, honey. She's beautiful, right? I really like her. For a simple morph, she's amazing. So she has come off food a couple times and gone on strikes with me with 2 or 3 months out of pop. No, that's not true. She went on strike for about 6 weeks once, another 6-week hit. So she had 2 month-and-a-half layoffs, if you will. And she's still about 1,000 grams. All right? I'm not going to breed her this year because she's nowhere ready, and plus she's not mature enough. But an okay eater at a year old, you're talking about 1,000 to 1,100 grams. Okay eater. Nothing crazy. Decent. Then you switch over to this pied girl. This pied girl is actually from the same breeder as that girl. I didn't get it from him, but I got it from somebody else. She's, I believe, 6 months older than that girl. So about 1.5 years old. And here's this pied girl. This girl's weighing in at 1,000 grams, 1,005 grams. So she's actually 6 months older than that snake, about 100 grams less. Now she, when I first got her, was 640 grams, went off food for like 5 months, got back on, bulldozed to like 950 grams. Now she's been off food again for the last 6 weeks. Okay, so she's probably not going to be ready for this season. Not a big deal, even though she is approaching that 2-year mark. Not going to rush it. Okay, certainly doing much better than the puzzle girl. Now let me segue into this girl. This girl falls in between that pied and that lesser pastel het pied. So that pied girl I showed you, about 18 months old, she's about 1,000 grams. The other girl's just over 1 year old, about 1,100 grams. This girl's probably about 13 months, 14 months old, and this girl has stayed consistent on the diet I'm talking about, okay? When she was younger, she got 1 meal every 4 to 5 days, preferably 5 to 6 days. As she got older, she either got 1 big meal every 7 to 10 days or 2 medium-sized meals or 2 smaller meals throughout the week, so Wednesday and a Sunday. And this girl has stayed consistent with me I've had her for 1 year. When I got her, she was about 300 grams, and she stayed consistent with me this entire time. So on that feeding schedule, let me show you something. So you saw that pied girl, about 1.5 years old, give or take, correct? And she's about 1,000 grams. You saw the 1-year-old girl, who's about 1,100 grams. This girl, age-wise, in between both of them, look at the size of this one. She stayed consistent for me the entire time on that feeding schedule. She's not overweight. She looks great. And she's never come off food. She's at 1,615 grams. So at about 1 year and a half, just under 1.5 years old, she's 1,600 grams. She's in shed. She doesn't look that great. Look at those eyes. But she's my banana butter, enchi, pastel, possible fire female. Has stayed consistent on that feeding schedule, and she's sitting about 1,600 grams in about 1.5 years. Is she going to be breed ready this season? Nah, maybe not. Maybe I'll wait till 2 years. Some people say 1.5 years. Some people say the size. I'm going to try to figure that out on my own. You know, get some haters in there. She's not power fed, guys, at all. She's great. Never really missed a meal. Maybe once or twice she's missed a meal. So that is the size difference. Let me show you. Let's take them out. Why not, right? We got time. It's Friday. I got nowhere to be. So 1 year old, and she's come off food a few times, about 1,100 grams. A little bit older than her by 3 or 4 months, if that. Has never come off food and sitting about 1,600 grams. Let's put them back. Alright. So then let me switch over to this. So this girl right here, this is my killer. It was sold to me as a killer blade clown. I'm thinking it's killer enchi blade clown. Let me know what you guys think, as usual. She's another feisty girl. I got her about 150 grams. And this was back in early March, I would say. Mid-March, maybe. And she's sitting about 560 grams now. So this snake, when I got her, was about 1.5 months old. So she was born sometime in February, end of February, I believe, from Cooper's Creation. So end of February, she's about 6 months old now. We're at 560 grams. Right? 560 grams at about 6 months old. She's never really missed a meal for me either. She's been on that same schedule. She was eating pups every 4 or 5 days, preferably 5 or 6 days, and then she switched over to weans. And she's doing great. I don't feed the weans every 5 to 6 days. She'll get like a wean on a Sunday, then like a small pup on a Wednesday, if she wants to take it. She's missed 1 or 2 meals. That's it. 6 months old, about 560 grams. I would say she's probably on pace with that pastel lesser het pied girl. It's 1 year old, if not a little past that. I'm hoping a little past that. So if you guys remember that unboxing video where I got like 4 snakes in, one of which was this high intensity orange dream yellow belly fire clown girl. When I got her, she was 83 grams. That was, I want to say, Help me out here, guys. I don't know when I posted that video. That was probably, I would say, April? End of April? No. I would say end of May, beginning of June. She was 83 grams. End of May, beginning of June. Now, it took me a little bit to get her on food. She was a little more stingy. She didn't want to eat right away. But then, now that she's on food, she's eating in shed. She's eating whatever she wants to. And she's on that diet also every 4 to 6 days, depending on my work schedule, realistically, when I can pick up rats. And now she went from 83 grams to 305 grams on that schedule. Now, had she maybe started eating... Look how gorgeous that snake is. Had she started eating right away, she probably would have been a little bit bigger than that, but we're not going to rush it because we're not breeding it for a couple seasons anyway. What else did I want to show you guys? So that's really... I just wanted to show you the different... Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. I got this snake. She was about a year old when I picked her up. I picked her... No, I lied. She was 6 or 7 months old when I picked her up. She was about 400 grams. That was in the end of December. So let's figure January, okay? No, shit, it was January. So figure mid-January, I picked this girl up. She was about 540 grams. And she was about 5 or 6 months old. Now, I've had her on that feeding schedule for the last 8 months or 7 months, whatever have you. And she's come off food a couple times for like 1 or 2 meals. Nothing lengthy like the other snakes where we had like 6 weeks of not being fed. But she's sitting at 1,400 grams now. So this snake is probably about 18 months old, maybe a little older, a little stuck shed. Still, with the soaker. She's sitting at 1,400 grams. So she stayed pretty consistent. Okay, she missed a couple meals, 2 weeks here and there she didn't eat. And she put on 1,000 grams in about 8 or 9 months. So I'm really happy with that. Again, she looks great. She looks fantastic. So I'm really happy about that. So if you're here for breeding reasons, or you're here, or you're here for just to see how big ball pythons get, I showed you how big they get. Let me show you something else. This is the snake I just picked up from Ozzy. This is that male piebald that I would love to breed this year. Don't you bite me. I'm not entirely sure. When I got him, what, 2 weeks ago, guys, and he was like 128 grams, okay? And, okay, he's put on, I like to do about 100 grams a month. So, when I got him, he was 128 grams. That was 2.5 weeks ago. You were nasty. This is the Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Pastel, Fire Leopard, Pied Male. He has to be the focal point of my collection right now. He's insane, guys. So I got him, he was 128 grams about 2.5 weeks ago. He's sitting at about 178 grams. So he put on roughly 55. You didn't see him, he's trying to bite me too. Oh, okay. I'm done with you guys. I'm done with all these snakes. Everyone wants to bite me. I spend all this money on them. I take care of them. I deal with them, and they all want to tag me. It is what it is. So he put on 50 grams in roughly 2.5 weeks, which is kind of right where I want to be. And that's where I kind of saw the growth charts with my other snakes. When I'm kind of keeping them at this level or at this consistency or feeding them like I'm talking about, definitely check out that other video. It's like probably a month and a half ago on how I feed my snakes, power feeding to breeding to feeding for pets or feeding for breeding. I kind of want to put on about 100 grams a month. That's the goal. They seem to respond really well to that, and it's completely doable. Now I'm going to show you this other male. I've had this male for literally a year now. When I first got this male, he was, I think he was about 68 grams or 72 grams. He wasn't all that big, okay? I got him from Richie Boo's. I think it was literally about a year ago, guys. Maybe a little bit more than that. Okay, so he's about 12 months old. That's a year. Dumbass. About 13 months old. Okay, look how beautiful he is, huh? Coral Glow, Black Pastel, Trick Mojave male. He's got a lot of girls waiting for him. But 14 months old, he's been on that diet. This is a male now. I want to show you a male. So can we get a male ready in one season? He's more than ready. Relax, bud. So in a year of me feeding him the way I'm discussing, come on. We're at 1,050 grams. Okay? No, I'm sorry, 1,015 grams. This is my male stud. I fed him, like I've been explaining to you guys, for a year now. Okay? He's come off food a couple times for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, once or twice. 2 times. 2 times for 2 to 3 weeks, he's come off of food. But he stayed pretty consistent for the last year. And he went from under 100 grams to 1,015 grams and ready to go. I can't wait to start pairing him up with some of my girls. So I hope that kind of gave you guys an insight. You know, if you were here because you wanted to buy a ball python, you're trying to figure out how big they get, I showed you, right? That's the hatchling you're going to get, the first normal I showed you. Then you got Big Mama over there. The other thing I'll show you this too. I just want to key on this. This is Luna. This is my bell, my white diamond. Yes, white diamond, Russo and Russo bell, right? She's absolutely gorgeous. When she laid for me in April, she was 1,700 grams. She dropped down to about 1,050. That was 4.5 months ago now. She stayed really consistent eating, not power fed. She gets one medium a week. She missed maybe 1 or 2 over the last 4 or 5 months, and we're at 1,750 grams. So she's recovered all her birth weight, pregnancy weight, if you will, within 5 or 6 months. She's a good eater though. So if you're wondering, if you're a first-time breeder like myself and you're trying to figure out how long does it take for them to put on the weight that they lost, I guess it depends on the snake and how much they eat. But with Luna there, she only missed 1 or 2 meals, which are only about one or 2 meals. So 1 week of not eating, twice over the last 5 months, and she put all that weight back on. Given it was only about 700 grams, it wasn't like Big Mama who dropped like 1,500 grams. But even her, she laid, I think, June, guys, and she's put on about 800 grams since then. About 2.5 months. About 3 months, she put on about 700 grams. It's a little bit of a lot, but she's also taking down large rats, so that's kind of why. Large frozen thawed, because I don't really put the live larges in there, because then it's kind of a party. Alright, that's really it, guys. Just want to give some insight on ball python size, show you some hatchlings, some big girls, some different growth expectancies, right? We had the one snake that's a year old, that's 300 grams. I had the one snake that's 5 months old, that's 420 grams, okay? They're growing really well if they eat consistently, okay? We saw the pied girl, it's about 1.5 years old, she's 1,000 grams. We saw the lesser pastel het pied girl, that's literally a year old, and she's at about 1,100 grams, give or take. Then we saw the banana freak girl that's in between both of them at 1,600 grams because she's never come off food. So it's all about how much, I guess, you feed them and how much they're willing to take. Not that you're power feeding them, but you want to see overall if they're a consistent eater every 7 to 10 days with medium. Once you get them to like medium or large rats, frozen thawed, especially like this girl. Like this girl right here, this is my the pied girl that I got from my old teacher there. Not that he's old, but I'm getting old. When I got her, I think she was like 1,300 grams. Now, he fed her for a pet. He didn't, he fed her like twice a month. Because, listen, as long as she was looking good, he had no reason really to feed her all that much. I'm feeding her like I've been talking to you about. She's getting 1 medium to smaller, large rat every 7 to 10 days, give or take. Now, she went from 1,300 grams since I've had her to about 1,640 grams. So she put on 340 grams in about 2 months, 2.5 months since I've had her. I think that's because, she's an 8-year-old snake. I think it's because she's not used to eating as much. Obviously, she had the length and the size and the potential to be carrying this more robust weight around. But we got her on food. She's eating like an absolute savage. She loves her medium to large frozen thaweds. And she put on 350 grams for me in about 2.5 months, give or take. Which is right where I want her to be. Really happy about that. Hope that helps some people. Oh, it smells like poop in there. Probably gotta go spot clean. Hope this helps some people out with sizes, whether you're a breeder, whether you're trying to get in the ball pythons. But Big Mama is what you can expect. Bigger they get, the more docile they are, right? So the little ones are nasty. A little bit of a long video. I don't like talking this much. But listen, guys, it's Friday night. Hope you guys have a great night. I'm doing really well. I appreciate it. I'm going to be going over to Gomez Python's place, I think, on Sunday to pick up a snake from him. So maybe we'll give a little, if he's willing to give us a little tour, a little interview, I'll definitely look forward to doing that. So look forward to that next week. Tomorrow, I have 2 hatchlings that aren't eating at all on me. Oh, you bastards. That haven't taken any food yet. I'm going to attempt to do an assisted feeding. So that'll probably be tomorrow's video. I've been watching and studying and talking and speaking and conversing with people, trying to figure out how to do this. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to put her back. This is probably the girl I'm holding back. The hatchling I'm talking about. We're at 25 minutes, guys. Holy shit. I apologize. Made it to the end. Comment down below. Let me know that you spent 25 minutes listening to me. Good for you. As always, guys, I appreciate it. Be safe. Watch your 6.